The all-new 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe is a significant departure from the outgoing model. I'm Tom Voelk with the Seattle International Auto Show, and if you're looking for a three-row SUV crossover, this should definitely be on your list.
A huge change from the previous version. Huey Lewis and the News must have been piped into the studio when this was being drawn up. Being square seems to be hip again.
We sort of wanted the sort of classic SUV two-box style, but we want it in a modern way.
I'm at a Hyundai press event just outside of, well, where else? Nashville, Tennessee?
Santa Fe is strictly a three-row machine available in front and all-wheel drive. There are two powertrains available, a turbocharged four-cylinder and a hybrid system that's coming this spring. A base SE model starts at $35,300, and yes, that does include delivery. This is the fancy pants model, the Calligraphy. MSRP, fully loaded, $49,900.
A couple inches longer, taller, and wider now. It's about the size of a Honda Passport, which stops at 2 rows. Since the styling is a big deal, let's dive into that first. There's nothing subtle about it. Yeah, it has a passing resemblance to Land Rover Defender, but to my eye, it's Ford Flex. Form? Meet function.
And what we came to conclude was the box shape was the answer. If you create a geometric, boxy-looking shape, you can fit the most amount of stuff. It gives you the most amount of space. There's a reason why Amazon Prime boxes are shaped like a box, so you can fit the most amount of stuff in there.
Channeling Picasso in his cubic phase isn't the only design element happening here. The letter H is everywhere on and in the vehicle. If the late, great Hubert H. Humphrey were alive today, this would be his car. The application of this can be subtle at times. 4 dots is the letter H in Morse code. Even the lower bumper section is an elongated monogram.
If you're like me, you're wondering, what is this all about? It's a grab handle. Put your hand in to hike yourself easily up to the roof. Nice. Also, this is lockable.
There are 5 models to choose from. All of the vehicles at the event for on-roading are the top trim Calligraphy with the 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. This puts out 277 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. That's a 46 horse and 40 pound-foot advantage over the hybrid powertrain. Cog swaps are done with an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. This new controller opens up space on the center console. Manual shifts are quick, not super snappy. The usual Hyundai drive modes are here and easy to select. Order the $1,800 all-wheel drive system and it can be locked. There's also hill descent control. All Santa Fe's get 7 inches of ground clearance, though the new XRT Off-Road Edition bumps that to 8.3. Max towing is 3,500 pounds, rising another 1,000 for XRT. Hybrids are restricted to 1 ton.
You might be thinking, three-row SUV crossover, turbocharged 4-cylinder, can it even get out of its own way? Yeah, yes, it can. 0 to 60, 7 seconds. The engine is pretty responsive, not a lot of turbo lag. There is a Honda that I would like to pass. Let's see what happens. Okay, no drama at all. Also, the transmission kicks down quickly. That's nice.
I spent around 120 miles touring the outskirts of Nashville. First impressions? There's little to no wind noise coming off the blocky shape.
If you're looking for a sporty SUV crossover, maybe shop Mazda CX-90. Santa Fe is set up for comfort. Nothing wrong with that. This would be a great road tripper. Hyundai has sent us on some fairly rough roads and the suspension is soaking bumps up nicely. Also, it's pretty darn quiet, nearly luxury car hushed. There's laminated glass in the windshield and the front windows on all trims.
Visibility all the way around is among the best I've seen in a modern vehicle. Apparently, boxes are good for seeing out of.
Not only does the transmission kick down quickly, It's a smooth operator, the kind of gearbox that you really don't notice on a day-to-day basis.
I hit a number of large bumps at speed. The structure barely quivered. It's quite strong.
When it comes to fuel economy, the turbocharged 2.5-liter four-cylinder that I'm driving here is EPA rated at an average of 23 miles per gallon. So if you want better fuel economy, maybe wait for the hybrid, which is rated at 34.
Gas mileage is one of the few gripes I have. Again, this is the top calligraphy build. At just under 50 grand, it gets some upgraded materials like Napa leather. Trim from plastic trees could fool a lumberjack. The average vehicle these days goes for around $48,000, and there's nothing ordinary happening in here. A digital rear-view mirror helps when cargo is loaded to the ceiling. The surround view camera system is a cut above the competition in this price range. Storage is off the charts. There's the expected center console with a neat trick. People in row 2 can dig into it just as easily. And even more than the usual spots like this. And this, that adds a handy shelf for protein bars and such. A medium-sized backpack or purse will stash here. And there's a second glove box equipped with a UV phone sterilizer on top trims. I'm trying to think of another vehicle with 2 wireless phone charge pads. Digital key now lets owners keep their phones in pockets or purses. In short, Santa Fe has features some luxury SUVs lack.
And what this is a fingerprint scanner. So you can set up your finger as the owner or driver of a Santa Fe. But if you have an older phone that may not be compatible with digital key, or a niche phone that isn't one of the main phones that are supported, you can even use the fingerprint scanner. You can use BlueLink to unlock the vehicle, get in. If you don't want to carry the key fob around with you, you can scan your finger and you can start up the car and drive away also.
I found the heated and vented seats to be especially supportive during 4 hours of driving. Heated wheel too. Hyundai's improved user interface with excellent response is easy to navigate. Most models get 2 12.3-inch screens fused to look like one. Thankfully, there are hard controls for things that drivers want to get to fast. Hyundai finally offers wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay on its navigation-equipped interfaces, and nearly all of the BlueLink telemetric systems are free from a monthly subscription fee for the life of the vehicle, at least for the original owner. The Bose system is one of the better ones with deep, punchy sound. Maybe take it in while relaxing in Calligraphy's reclining front seat that I want for my living room. It's more comfortable than a lazy boy. Obviously not intended to be used while driving.
Nearly all Santa Fe's get a bench in row 2, so there's seating for 7. This is the Calligraphy, the only one that gets captain's chairs, seating for 6.
These get bun warmers for snow belt dwellers. More storage back here. Both chairs get pockets. I like the position of the USB ports and that the console gets a second nook down below that's fairly deep. Built-in shades help keep clutter down. Lots of opportunity for hydration. The floor is relatively flat. The dual sunroofs brighten up the space. There's a button on the top of the seat back that makes access to the way back a one-touch operation. I missed that while shooting. This is not an overly large vehicle, and that means the opening is kind of tight. That's obvious watching me snake my size 11s through.
Santa Fe is smaller than the standard Highlander, and the Toyota isn't exactly known for its roomy third row. I am okay back here. I'm 5'9". Headroom is quite good. Sure, the cushion is low and my knees are up high. That's often the case with 3-row crossovers, but I would rather ride across town back here than pay for an Uber. This being the fancy pants model, there are some amenities, a climate zone, power, and cup holders. It's all here. The people in row 2 will have to slide forward a little bit. I can put my size 11s underneath the seat, the other one down the middle. And to think this is 4 inches shorter than the standard Highlander. To be honest, before I sat back here, I was ready to call this space the penalty box, but it's not. It's fine.
Santa Fe might look like the block the proverbial chip comes off of, but it's surprisingly slippery to the wind.
It's actually a 0.294, which is pretty aero efficient for something like this. It's about 11% decrease from the outgoing model.
Hyundai engineers are very proud of the cargo opening. It's exceptionally big. And another Easter egg, H marks the spot.
Look at the sides of the cargo area and you'll see the lip is unusually thin. Hyundai says this is its widest tailgate ever. Being a shorter sport ute, it's no surprise there are only 14.6 cubic feet with all the seats filled. Storage? Yeah, a bit. There's a space saver tire under here. Hybrids get a repair kit. Row 3 reclines a smidge. Every little bit helps passengers there. The backs drop lickety-split, opening up a decent amount of cargo space for everyday use. That's 40.5 cubic feet. No reason to walk around to the back doors to drop or raise row 2. Calligraphy gets motors for that task. They're not fast, but it's a convenience. This opens up nearly 80 cubic feet of storage. Notice that the floor is board flat, making it possible to toss an air mattress and sleeping bag in here if you're camping or in the doghouse with your spouse. Hyundai continues to roll along with impressive products. Interesting that Santa Fe doesn't look at all like any of its stablemates, something the brand does consciously. Not everyone is going to embrace the box it came in design, but Santa Fe is definitely a package that delivers. This is a right-sized SUV crossover you're going to want to test drive, so head on down to your Hyundai dealership. For the Seattle International Auto Show, I'm Tom Voelk.